T20 test on one day. India, England, Australia. For a plucky big three-side slayer. What a player. What a player. What a player. Discussing zinger bells and white balls to hells. Baggy greens for long from New South Wales. It's the IPL. Heaven or hell. Will the 100 fail or do quite well? What a player. What a player. What a player.
Hello and welcome to Waadaplaya, this Salah Cup Kiska TSCK series where we'll review match 27, the El Clasico version of IPL played between five-time champion Mumbai Indians and three-time champions Chennai Super Kings at Delhi. And boy, did we get a classic game to remember. Joining me, Sanjay, with our resident experts, Vishak, and a dejected Sukumar. But hey, cheer up. I have with me a returning special guest, Abhishek Sawant, who is a physiotherapist associated with Mumbai Cricket and has had a big role to play in their Vijay Hazare Trophy win this year. Welcome, Abhishek, Sukumar, and Vishak.
Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
What a game we had, starting with you, Abhishek. Kieron Pollard, how big a legend he is for Mumbai Indians. Every time they are down and out, he comes up with something absolutely brilliant. And today was an all-round performance.
The thing is, I feel he's an ex-player for ace player basically for Mumbai Indians, and he performs. I mean, if you look at the history, he keeps performing at these crucial junctions in the IPL where the game comes so close and he takes it out, bails out Mumbai Indians single-handedly. And this was the brilliant display that he presented today. Absolutely amazing.
Sukumar, it was a good game. You're still on top of the tree. So I know your background is gloomy, but cheer up, Sukumar.
I don't know. I'm honestly disturbed. I'm frustrated. I'm damn angry. I really wish I could just get off this. I don't even want to talk about this match. I keep saying, I don't mind losing the IPL trophy, but I want to win against MI. And damn, every bloody time they somehow tend to beat us. So I'm really pissed, to be honest.
I'm going to quickly run through the scorecard, what happened earlier in the day. Mumbai won the toss, elected to field first. CSK got 218 for 4. Rayudu got that brilliant 72 of 27. Moeen Ali got that 58. And Faf du Plessis also getting that 50. 3 players getting 50. And this is the first time, I think, in IPL, 3 players getting a 50, but ending up on the losing side. All-round performance by Pollard. He was the man who got 2 wickets. Unfortunately, I don't know why he didn't complete his quota, but ended up scoring that 87. Brilliant run from Mumbai. Vishak, your opening thoughts on Pollard?
Brilliant. When he came into bat, it was like 135 runs from around 9 overs, which is more than 135, I guess. So it was around more than 15 runs per over, 15.24 something, which he had to chase. And he kept up with the rate. And at one point, he had reduced the run rate to 12 runs per over. That's how destructive he was. He kept up with that was also making it was not slogging. It was proper batting. He was hitting them straight. It was all proper cricket shots. If you see most of the batsmen who hit big shots, they slog a lot. Whereas this guy is never a slogger. He's a proper batsman. He plays proper cricket shots, hits big. So he's absolutely a powerful guy. That's different. But today his hits were pretty clean. And in the last over, like he played 2 dot balls, I guess, but still finished the game. So he took the onus on himself to get those 16 runs because there was Dhaval Kulkarni at the other end. Dhaval Kulkarni, mind you, can bat and he has batted well in domestic. But he took the onus on himself because he was batting pretty well and he finished the game. What an innings that was. What a player, truly.
Abhishek, Anil Jain pointing out the Mumbai juggernaut has started, the 5-time champion. It will be difficult to stop them now, considering such a brilliant win this is.
I mean, all Mumbai Indians were looking is to fire is hoping that to fire the middle order, and I think this was the perfect game to make a start. I mean, Hardik Pandya also chipped in with a few runs. He had a bad phase where he couldn't score. But now Pollard and even Krunal Pandya for this for the last match and this match also has started scoring. So I think it is a very big boost, and I think that was the only default. I mean, how can I frame it? But I think that was the only thing that was missing, the piece from the puzzle, and I guess Mumbai has found out and hope it continues ahead.
So Kumar, I know you're quite disappointed. Point out a few things. Like if I was to be critical of CSK, one thing, although they got 218, I don't know how Jadeja was playing run a ball. Rayudu scored brilliantly. Maybe they should have got 240, but considering the bowling, would that have made a difference?
No, I don't know. Jadu was not really in his prime today, and I think he could have given more strike to. He tried to give more strike to Raidu, but there was one occasion when I thought it was a clear two, but Jadu didn't go for the second, and maybe because of that, that was the last ball. I think again he got to play, and we lost a couple of balls to Raidu. Maybe that could have got us 10 more runs. And I think it was just Mumbai's day, right? I mean, it was Pollard's day. Faf dropping a sitter, come on, unbelievable. The first four of the last over in between his legs, unbelievable. Everything was going his way, right? So I think, like I say, I mean, IPL is getting a little boring because MI is just dominating it all along. There has to be some team who've got to put a stop to that. Any team but MI. That's what I'm expecting from this IPL. I don't mind that we've lost, but I want RCB or DC to nail them, and they shouldn't take this trophy this time.
Abhishek, I must say, I have that one complaint I have, that between two teams, 8 trophies. So I personally, as a neutral fan, I want new teams to come up. But such a brilliant team Mumbai is, and coming from so far behind in this game and winning it, I can understand from a neutral perspective, a lot of people maybe want teams who are at the top to struggle and new champions coming in. But what do you think? How does Mumbai do it year on year?
I mean, the process begins. I mean, if you look at the think tank, be it the coaches, be it the selectors, be it the scouts. So all of the credit goes to all of them. They keep traveling all around the world looking for the leagues, and even they follow the domestic cricket very keenly. And even for our matches also, I've always seen the MI scouts have been always there to look out for hidden talent, and I think this is one of the major thing that has impacted MI as a franchisee. And due to that only, if you see their teams, they are pretty much the same team, and they don't chip and change every single time, nor the squad, or they just fill the spots which are really necessary or as a backup, but the main core of the team remains the same. I mean, that to make that possible, the franchise has to be given the credit.
Vishak, just going back earlier in the day, we were discussing offline how Jimmy Neesham got his MI cap. He had an off day, and a lot of people were thinking why Jayant Yadav didn't get a go. Jayawardene did mention that, this was a tactical decision, although a lot of people felt that having left-handers in CSK, Jayant should have given a
I think this pitch was not turning. That's why I didn't. I think both the teams went with only one spinner. But I think both the teams went with 2 spinners. But if you see, only one spinner completed the quota for both the teams. Rahul Chahar and maybe Jadeja, I think, only bowled 3 overs, I guess, and 1 over for Moeen Ali. So it clearly said that the ball was not spinning, it was not turning. So they wanted to go with the faster bowlers, and Mumbai's tactic was pretty clear. They knew that Moeen Ali and other CSK batsmen, they will go hard and they will feast on the length balls. So they were trying to bowl full, try to bowl Yorkers. But if you see, whenever they missed those Yorkers, Chennai Super Kings batsmen went after them and they feasted on it. Especially, even Bumrah was not spared today, because they knew that they had to go hard, and that was very good batting initially from Moeen Ali. Initially, he got some very good Yorkers, so he defended all them. Whenever he got those length balls, he hit them hard. He hit 5 6s and 5 4s today. So it was brilliant batting. He laid the platform, and then Ambati Raidu came and played that like fabulous knock, and he has been a kind of mystery kind of a player. Like whenever the team isn't, even for Mumbai Indians, right? He keeps performing. He was performing. Now after going to CSK, he has been performing pretty well. So, but somehow he doesn't get a chance in the Indian circuit. So that is a kind of a mystery actually.
Abhi, our friend Suman is pointing out, it's good to see you smiling with the Mumbai win. So in terms of record, CSK got the maximum number of runs they've ever got against Mumbai. Bumrah leaking the most number of runs he's ever done that. After doing that and Mumbai still winning, how much of a confidence booster this would be?
So if you see the pitch, the ground, actually it was more of a similar kind of a one-kid wicket which MI likes to play. It was a flat track, absolutely, and even the ground was pretty small as like one-kid. And this is what MI wants. They have their pitch hitters who can turn the game around at any point of time. And you know. The reason the reason they didn't win with the spinners was basically that only because of the flat track. They preferred playing more Jimmy Neesham instead of Jayant Yadav, who you can also bat a little bit. So that is the reason I think I mean MI failed a little bit more than CSK.
Vishak, on the point of Moeen Ali, I mean, this point keeps coming back. Any game we have, Akash and Sukumar, everything comes back to RCB. RCB underutilized him so much. He looks to be so settled, so peace with CSK, and he's playing brilliantly. As Akash is pointing out, if England don't pick him in the 11 for this year's World Cup, they are missing a trick.
Definitely. I think they should pick him. The way he is batting, right? He looks in very good form. He's also contributing with the bat. I think the only problem with England is that their top order is already like filled. They can't bat him in the top 3 or top 4 like how CSK is playing him. Even if he bats, he will have to bat at number 7 or 8 because they have. See, even if you see a batsman like Bairstow is not getting to open, he's batting at number 4 for them. So that shows like their they're opening with Butler. So that shows there is no place in the top order for Moeen Ali. That's the reason they're not picking him. Because he gets literally wasted at 7 or 8 because someone like a Stokes is coming at 6. So you can see what is the depth in that batting order. And he doesn't get enough chances because of that. So but definitely the way he is performing, he should be batting in the top order. He'll be wasted in the middle order when he's playing for England. That's a problem.
So Kumar is back with all brightness behind him. Suman, tongue-in-cheek comment, are you observing darkness with CSK's loss? No longer. So Kumar, there's lots and lots of positives, even with today's game, I thought. I mean, it's just one-off game, but as you keep saying, it seems that Mumbai has an edge over CSK in all these big games. And who knows, they could be meeting again in the playoffs.
Yeah, I hope so, and I really hope to see CSK win. But like I said, Mumbai, you got to give it to them. They have an impeccable team on not just on the paper, but in terms of their performance, their consistency is just unbelievable, right? I mean, they have been on a roll for many years now. So, and that's why I'm saying, no sport should be dominated by one team or one person, for a very long time. It just it's boring. There's got to be some competition. Looks like there's no competition to MI right now, and I would love to see. DC is looking really strong. RCB is looking, like in one of their best forms ever, and I really hope RCB makes it this time. But let's see. Only time will tell.
Abhishek, you touched upon the Mumbai scouting team. Give us more background as to how these teams work in the background. Do they go around looking for players around the world? Do they look at matchups and everything? What is the process behind it? Because they seem to be the one who build players from scratch. Look at Bumrah, Pandya brothers, and then everyone tries to latch onto them in the IPL auction and whatnot.
So basically the thing is the scouts travel along with the tournament basically. So wherever the tournament is happening, they follow the teams there, especially in the knockout stages after the league where there are crucial matches. So it is the scouts that they come to the venues and keep looking out for the players. So this is how they pick up the domestic players.
Okay. Vishak, any other thing which we missed in terms of what the potential reason was for CSK's loss?
I think not about CSK's loss. I think we should talk about Faf's innings also. Faf has been in wonderful form. If you see, I think it is his fourth or fifth 50 in consecutive innings. And he has been, while coming into the IPL, he was not in that great form. But he has transferred, I think he failed in the first game as well. And after that, he has just turned a leaf and has been performing like a dream. So he is in the race for the orange cap as well. I think he's the second in the list, I guess, behind KL Rahul. And the way he is batting, it's very promising signs for CSK. And if he continues doing like this, and I think Rituraj Gaikwad is also a very good prospect. Today he failed, but he has been batting well, and they both have been giving good starts. So, yeah, I think only
I think I think we are losing Vishak. So Vishak, settle your internet down. Now we'll go to Abhishek. Abhishek, Pandya brothers not bowling in an MI team playing. I think this has happened for the first time. How big a drawback it is for a team like MI, although they've won, but it would be concerning. Hardik Pandya, I mean, you're a physiotherapist. You know how the mechanics of bodies work and all that. Krunal Pandya not bowling must be a tactical decision, but as a team management, they would be concerned they're not able to get these guys to bowl.
Yeah, surely. Krunal Pandya not bowling today was a tactical move. Absolutely. As I said previously, the wicket was really flat and the ball was not at all spinning. So this is where Jimmy Neesham chipped up with the 2 overs, and then Pollard came in and filled up the quota. So that is the reason Krunal didn't bowl today. And regarding Hardik, I mean, as you all know that he had a back surgery. He had an injury, really bad injury, and he got into surgery. And then after the rehab, he came back. For a pretty long time, his workload was monitored as he was not allowed to bowl. So now I hope he has built up that workload, but he still has a niggle around his shoulder. So as Mohela also said that day, the niggle is a concern, and they don't want it to aggravate. Because they are fine with it. If Hardik Pandya is not bowling, they can make him play as a batsman. So I think they're thinking not to aggravate the injury.
So Kumar, a word on Ambati Rayudu against his ex-team. All these players coming up against their ex-teams seem to do really well. I think even last year's opening game, Rayudu seemed to do fantastically well. He got a lot of runs. He is a brilliant legend probably for CSK.
Yeah, it was really good to see him score really well today. I think he was in his best form. Great innings from him. I mean, it was so pleasing to see the way he was going, and the strike rate that he maintained was amazing, right? And with due respect to Jadeja, big fan of Jadeja. I didn't mean to put Jadeja down, but I just felt, I still feel that single that was taken, that we literally lost it by 1 run probably. So it's still hurting me that what could have happened. And I don't know. There was a DRS referral for that wide of Thakur. Raidu somehow felt a nick. I was really so hopeful that there could have been some nick there, and the ultra edge would show something. That didn't happen. And like I said, everything seemed to go Mumbai's way and Pollard's way today. So it just wasn't our day. But hats off to Raidu. I think CSK is. I'm really feeling great about CSK now, right? Because we seem to have come back to some solid form, very good, consistent performance, and across the team, right? Gaikwad has shown that Faf is in tremendous form. Raidu has been playing well. Raina, unfortunately, didn't click the last couple of matches, but the first match he rocked. Right, Jadeja, you don't have to talk about him. All-round performance. I think we are in great. Chahar took 4 wickets. Thakur seems a little weak, honestly. I think he's been clobbered by everybody. Right, his economy is now gone about 10. I think in the with this match, so he is a bit of a concern. But at least today he wasn't bowling too much down the leg. But he seems to bowl too many wides, right? And those many wides are not good. Yes, wide off. On the off stump, Yorker a little away, all that is a good strategy, but he doesn't seem to get it. He seems to be bowling at least 3-4 wides every over, both last match, this match, and even against KKR, right? So he's got to get that grip, because every ball counts, and a wide is very expensive in T20.
If anyone had any doubt how good CSK have been this season, and I still agree with Sukumar, they are the team to beat. I think just look at the points table. That one loss is not making any difference. Abhishek, Delhi, Royal Challengers Bangalore, CSK, all in top three, and everyone else fighting for the fourth spot. You think, or do you think there could be more changes to this?
I think MI is sitting comfortably at this fourth spot, and with matches to go, there are definitely rivalry between the bottom four, and it is and the fight for the fourth place would be really crucial as we come to the end of the league phase. I think it is going to be fun to see.
Yeah, let's quickly look forward to what's coming up on a Super Sunday. Big news coming from Sunrisers Hyderabad. Vishak, Warner being dropped as a captain player, Kane Williamson coming back as a captain. You think Jason Roy is going to straight away replace Warner's place as an opener, or what? Vishak? Okay, Vishak is still having connection issues. Abhishek?
No, I don't think so, because I mean it's just a matter of an innings that could change all the momentum for David Warner. I don't think so. There's much of an issue with that. Warner and Warner being such a stalwart of this international, or he has almost 10,000 runs. So I don't think so that would be an issue. It's just a matter of an innings.
So, Kumar, do you think it's a panic reaction from SRH to drop Warner, who's been absolutely brilliant for them over the years, or is it warranted, considering he's been very vocal about quote unquote selectors in SRH and what's going behind the scenes, etc.?
I don't think so. I honestly see it's a smart strategy. These are very difficult decisions to take, and we've got to face it. Warner has not been in his prime form, right? He's been struggling big time. He was damn frustrated in the last match. He just couldn't middle the ball. He just couldn't find the gaps, right? And come on, Kane Williamson is an amazing captain. You got to give it to him, right? So I think that was an easy decision, but getting Warner off was definitely a very difficult decision. I would really expect Jason Roy to come in. He's amazing talent, especially as an opener. He could just change the game, and I think SRH is in a very desperate situation right now. They have nothing to lose. They've got to start making some decisions, doing some gambles like this. And I think it's a gamble. Let's see whether it pays off. If it pays off, you never know. Otherwise, the bottom four don't look like they stand a chance to come to the top four, especially the way, CSK, RCB and all have come back to form. DC and Mumbai have, from last season, they have looked really ominous. So now CSK, RCB coming to form, the bottom four don't seem to stand a very good chance to me.
Vishak, you're back now. Glad. So we were discussing the last couple of days that the bottom half teams need to start beating the top half teams. Although from the bottom team's perspective, they would have all wanted CSK to win so that it opens up the gap between the other teams.
Yeah, because if CSK would have won today, Mumbai would have stayed at 6 points. That's what the bottom ranked teams would have wanted, because at least the fourth spot team is in touching distance for them. So that did not happen. And I think Mumbai has moved further in that. Now the top four is moving away, and the rest of the teams have a lot to catch up now. And going back to, I think, that SRH's decision, I think stripping Warner of the captaincy was a very tough decision to take for them. But I think it was a sensible one, because he's not performing with the bat as well, and his captaincy it's affecting his captaincy as well. If you see in the last game, as Sukumar mentioned, he was off. He was pretty disappointed. He was trying to get out rather than trying to play a long innings. That's how he was trying to bat. So I think he will lose his spot also. I think they've also hinted that they'll have a fresh set of four foreign players. So I think Jason Roy might come in to open with Johnny Bairstow, and the England pair might be back, which could be very destructive. And that could be a welcome change for SRH.
Abhishek, you think Rajasthan Royals may potentially break into the top four, or SRH may start getting back to winning ways finally?
Yeah, what I think is every team, if you look at every team, you can see an potential IPL winner. I feel so, because there's no weak link or a weak team that we can say no, this is not the team that that can win matches. But with the dynamic stage of IPL, so I think the teams have quietly been strong, and been able to defeat good teams. Like we say, like even MI has been losing 3 matches. So we can say, because it has been MI being a very strong team, but the other teams have also come up really nice. So this is how the dynamics have changed, and I think any team is capable to break into the top 4.
The second game, Sukumar, is Punjab versus Delhi, a quote-unquote North Indian derby, if you want to call it that way. But Punjab looked to be coming up nicely after that win against Bangalore. Any chance they would break into the top 4?
See, Punjab, I feel Punjab, Kolkata, and Rajasthan, they have a pretty good side, right? I don't think SRH has a very good side, honestly. Right, there are a few weaklings. I disagree with Abhishek there, but the other 3 teams are pretty good. They are capable if you look at them in isolation. But when you start to juxtapose them with MI and CSK and RCB and DC, they look far stronger, right? And they are in prime form. They're really on song right now, right? So I did see PK's question coming up around my take on the top 4. I hope I don't jinx it by saying this. I think CSK will retain the top spot all through. The way the entire team is coming together and rallying, I think they'll retain the top spot. I would probably put MI in 2 or 3. MI will definitely come up, and I think RCB might slide down or DC might slide down. So that's my guess. I also wanted to just point out, I feel today, Dhoni could have given Moeen Ali one more over to see how it goes. I kind of got a feeling that seeing Jadeja getting clobbered for 3 sixes in an over by Pollard, he got a little worried. But at that stage, it was worth taking that gamble. So I feel probably it was not the best captaincy there. Moeen did bowl pretty well. He had a cotton bowled as well. So, probably it was worth taking that chance at that stage. But caveat, it's very easy for all of us, to sit here and say, you could have done this, you could have done that. We've played cricket and we know how difficult it is when you get on the field and play. It's just like how today all our fellow countrymen are sitting and saying, government should be doing this and doing that to control COVID. It's not easy, running a country with a crisis like this.
26 minutes, 10 seconds is when Sukumar has predicted that RCB may potentially slide down. All you RCB fans remember that. Abhishek, I want to come to a larger point here, and we've discussed this offline with a lot of our internal, experts, so as to say, having an overseas captain potentially is a big problem. Look at what SRH had to do. I'm sure if David Warner was an Indian player, he would easily retain his spot, because as a player, you can still go through with an Indian player who's maybe performing below average. But having an overseas, it blocks that spot. And if your captain's not doing well, potentially KKR might have the same problem a couple of games down the line.
Yeah, this is what I was about to say. Because see, having an overseas captain, again, as you rightly said, it blocks the spot, because there are no because like SRH, the reason SRH is struggling is that there are no overseas fast bowlers that they have. There's no all the fast bowlers are Indian, even the spinners also, excluding Rashid Khan and Nabi. But if you see that is one thing, blocking the spot is definitely one thing, and due to that only SRH must have changed the decision to get in Kane Williamson instead of Warner.
And Abhishek, your prediction on Punjab versus Delhi, who do you think is going to win tomorrow, or will have the upper hand?
I think Delhi.
Okay, Vishak, what do you think? A lot of changes for Delhi, or they will go to the same level? Stoinis not
If Amit Mishra, I think if Amit Mishra is fit, he might slot in back for Lalit Yadav. Other than that, I don't think they'll make any changes, because Amit Mishra is too good to be left out. He was injured last game, that's why I think Lalit Yadav played. But if he is back fit, he'll be back. Amit Mishra will be back. That could be the only change.
Oh, great. Right. We've discussed a lot of things. Thank you so much. Abhishek, really appreciate your time. Sukumar, fantastic to have you back and smiling. You were on the first episode, then 100th episode. I think this is 145 or something. So I'm sure before the IPL ends, we'll have you back another day for a CSK game, if not more. Vishak, again, thank you very much. And before we end, as we all know, these are desperate times for a lot of people in India. We all accept that. Please play your part, wear masks, keep social distancing, sanitize your hand. At the earliest opportunity, please do get inoculated. Also, if possible, please help out someone if you can and show empathy towards everyone. If there is anything we can do in our small little capacity in Waadaplaya, please do reach out to us on any of our social media platforms and we'll do whatever we can to help. Together, we shall overcome this very, very soon. Fingers crossed for that. And till the next time, be safe. And thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Take care.